Oh, I need you to tell me what happened. What time of night was it?
I can't remember.
Was it
I think
getting
it was
close
about,
to dark?
It was about 5:45, 5:43.
And when you found out that you were going hunting and that there'd be a possibility that you would be possibly shooting a deer, how did it make you feel? Did it make you feel sad or excited? Excited? Okay. And so when it was starting just to get dark, you saw one. And I want to hear the story from you about what happened now.
So I was reading my book.
You were actually hunting and reading a book?
Daddy was keeping a lookout for deer while I was reading my book. He said I could.
Oh.
And then he said, Brielle, there's one right to our left. And I looked over. And there was this, we thought it was a doe. He said it was about 40 yards away from us. And
That's pretty close, 40 yards away. Especially when somebody's sitting there reading a book. So that's pretty cool. Go ahead.
so we thought it was a doe. And then so he handed me the gun real quick. And so he said, okay, you got it? And so I propped my knee up and I held my hand under it, and then I had one hand in there.
Was there like something helping support the gun? So.
Oh no, it was just me. He was holding the back though.
Oh wow, okay.
And so, and then he was like, okay, tell me when you're ready. And I said, okay, I'm ready.
And when how did you know that you were ready when you were ready?
Because the middle of the cross was right behind its shoulder.
And was it looking at you?
No, it was looking away.
What was it doing? Looking somewhere else?
It was just looking like this. So here's us. It was looking out here.
So it was looking the other direction even.
So he was holding it back, and then he said, okay, squeeze the trigger. And so I went, boom. And it hit me in the nose. It hit me right here, and it still hurts where Mason whacked me earlier.
But it actually, the recoil hit your nose a little.
Well, the scope hit me in the nose.
Oh, I've had that happen before too.
And
so what did the deer do? I know your nose hurt. It was like, oh, I hurt my nose. But did you see what the deer did?
I had my eyes closed.
I
was like, Daddy saw it. I went, and then.
So you actually kind of flinched when you shot.
But
you closed your eyes a little.
No, I went.
Okay.
But this is what Daddy said it did. No, he said it went like this.
It just actually.
It just went.
It just went like this.
It just fell.
Fell over.
It went.
What kind of shot was it? Where'd you shoot it?
Right in the lung. I shot it right in the lung.
Right behind the front leg. About in the middle,
And then we saw about 13 more after I shot mine. And so Daddy shot 3 more, and then 2 were running that he shot. And then 1 was just standing there. And so we shot those. 1 plopped down, it just felt like mine did, and then another one did. But another one went back behind us, across the railroad, and it'd be about, I don't know.
Okay, so back to your deer. After you know that you dropped the deer, the first shot, how did it make you feel?
I was terrified. I was shaking. I was like, because I was so excited. I forgot what it's called.
Did
but
you
I was like,
feel bad for the
Adrenaline.
deer?
Yeah.
Did you feel bad for the deer at all?
Not at all.
Did you feel like you were probably going to get a good meal soon? Yes. Yeah.
Deer tacos.
Deer tacos.
Deer tacos.
That's what we eat with them.
That sounds great, actually.
And then the other deer came within 5 yards away from us. It was crazy. They didn't know what to do. So the whole table is the acre we were hunting in. They just started going.
They started like going all around.
They didn't know what to do. And
They didn't know where you were at.
So here's us, not at all. So here's us. They came through right here and went in the woods. So I was like...
So you were in a blind on the ground?
No, we were just sitting there. We weren't in a blind at all.
Just in a chair?
Just in chairs.
That's so cool. That is awesome. So when you got up to the deer...
Shh.
When you got up to the deer, what was the... When you saw the deer, did you see any blood? And where was it coming from?
The first thing I noticed was bright red blood just laying all over the ground. It was the color of Gagan's jacket, right here. It was that color, and it was all bubbly. I was like, ugh. And it was coming out of its nose. And then...
It was coming out of its nose because, well, you hit it in the lungs, and it was trying to breathe, and it was the blood was coming out of its nose and stuff. And that's a perfect shot, actually. The lung shot's always a really good shot.
And then Daddy, he thought he spined one, but he actually hit it in the back leg,
Ooh.
in the ham. And so it was trying to get up. It got this close to getting up. He was like, okay, I'm going to shoot that thing. So he went maybe about 15 yards away from it. And like every time that he shot, I went. And so it didn't sound very loud. He went.
So now when it was time to gut these deer, your buck, did you have anything to do with it? Because you had to take the guts out of it. Did you do it right on site in the field?
I couldn't do it. I had to shine a flashlight and I would hold its leg
You were
down.
the good. Well, you were the great. You had to help your daddy do it because it was getting dark, right?
But it was boring. I never got to see anything. So we went home to go meet Granddad, and my friends tried to come, but we couldn't. But they couldn't. Like if they would have came 15 seconds earlier, they would have been able to see it.
I would have seen all of it, huh?
Before we left, if they came 15 seconds earlier.
And so, where did you bring the deer?
Where did we what?
Where did you bring them after you loaded them into the
So
truck?
after Granddad came, well, after we tried to find one. Here's the weird thing. So when we went to go look for him in the trees, me and Daddy had both saw one of the deer's fall. You know how I said he shot 3?
Yes.
We only found 2.
Ah.
And we both remembered where it dropped. We both remembered. But I said, maybe you spined that one. I said, and he said, maybe. But
Was that the one that was shot in the back leg?
No, it was a different one.
Okay.
And
okay.
so, but here's the thing. We heard coyotes while we were going to get the truck. But like it was a whole bunch. But Granddad, I said they couldn't have just like dragged it. So he was
got
like,
it that quick.
exactly. He said we would have found them. And I came up with that idea. He said, well, maybe they chased it away.
That could have been too.
Yeah. I said maybe. But
so
we
would like to know what happened to the third one your daddy shot. Did you find the third one eventually?
We never found it.
Oh, that's too bad. That's
Yeah.
always horrible. So you ended up total with 3 instead of 4.
Yeah, but like when we gutted them, mine turned out the best. Mine turned out the best out of all of them.
Do you know why? Why? Because you shot it in the lungs. Yes.
But Daddy shot one in the lungs, but its meat was bad. It's meat by the butt.
He might have got it a little bit too far back and got a little bit of the gut shot. Is that what happened? The guts kind of got busted open?
Yeah, we think that's what I think.
Yeah, and it stunk. It kind of must have stunk.
I started gagging.
Okay, so he shot
I started gagging. That was
He
mine.
might have barely shot a lung shot on that one.
One already blasted, the one that we shot in the leg. But we, so mine turned out my meat turned out the best, and it was the one bleeding the most when we gutted it.
No, I'm sure.
I was like,
Yeah, especially lung shot.
so here's this rib cage. It was about filled up that much.
I
with
bet.
blood. I was
I
like,
bet. Did you see the hearts? Any of the hearts?
I saw mine.
See, now I wish I would have gotten to eat one of them.